Okay, well, we're back with another. I was a teenage exocolonist. So we're continuing from last time, okay? So in the last time, like we researched, we basically went into looking into the like the ruins here, okay? And we went there first time, okay? So we need to come back again so that we can, how do I say this, like to research some stuff, okay? And this time we're gonna like find more about the ruins, okay? So now during the weekend I also like started a new playthrough, and um I've also basically got um this that run is basically being the governor run, okay? In other words, like we're the leader of the colony, okay? In other, like overthrowing Lum as the governor. So I think I'll do that tomorrow if we can finish it, okay? So with that said, let's continue. You report to the expedition camp to not just find Utopia, but security chief Red and Vase as well. I just can't spare any more of my people, Utopia explaining to them. You already pulled almost all of the forages, and we're already running scant crews in the ridges as it is. There's one person we can spare, Red replies, turning to face you. Hello, Skamo. How do you like to transfer into one of my hunting parties? Utopia tells me you are one of her best explorers. You could use someone like you. He indicates Base. I need someone who can keep up with this one. Base puffed his chest out proudly. Why do we need to kill them? Because they're killing us. Scammer, keep up. Okay? He clenches his fist. It's a classic struggle between humanity and nature. He says, Nature's not all flowers and rainbows. On Earth and everything and everyone was trying to kill each other. For survival, for food, hell, even just for fun. I can't wait to bag a real trophy, He chuckled, framing his hands like a painting on a wall. The first 10-point buck on Bertumna. I don't want to kill animals for fun. Red scowls at me. You won't be killing them for fun. You'll be killing them to defend the colony. Like, you have this will unlock the next another place to explore, and if you deny it, if you say no, then basically like you're going to get another chance, but after that you're not gonna get any more. I would never kill a living creature. Scott, even if it was trying to kill you, I knew Strato kids were soft. I didn't know you were suicidal too. Not everyone's cut out for life or death situation, Red says, then turns to you. Skamo, it's not all killing, he continues. Sometimes it's about tracking and identify dangerous creatures before they reach our walls. You wouldn't necessarily have to kill them. Actually, since you're with this guy, you can guess what's gonna happen. He holds up his hand, but you don't have to decide just yet. Talk to Utopia later if you change your mind. Okay? That's gonna unlock the swamp. Okay, you're about to set off on the glider when this stops you. Actually, he says, looking around furtively, I want to show you a place where I found when I was scouting. He looks up from your holo map. It's not on any map yet, he says. It's special. I want to show you because I think you're the only person in the colony to understand what it means. You and this set off, hoping for a few hours before the trackers in your holo park ping Utopia that you're not where you said you'll be. After a short trek off map, this takes you to a round door set in a cliffside. The door is glossy black and made something that's part bone and part stone, like the rest of the Convergent Domains architecture you've seen. Unlike the ruins, this place looks, well, not new, but definitely well maintained. This touches his fingers to the center of the door and it dilates with like an iris. Previously unseen seams folding in on itself with a noise like rocks grinding together. Inside is a lumpy, smooth tunnel that reminds you unpleasantly of intestines. It looks like you could barely fit in there on hands and knees. An unexpectedly cool wind ruffles your hair. Dive in there first. You both crawl an inch your way through the tunnel where the cave opens. About 10 or 15 meters in, you stand in a cave that looks part organic, part intentional. A curious mixture of organic looking stone growths crystals and glowing mushrooms in a riot iridescent oil slick colors, some of which looks like they could be controls for an ancient bioweapon. Your view deeper into the cave is obscured by layer-caked stalagmite pillars. Everything is dark but the eerie glow. You're using the holopalm as flashlights, but it's air-conditioned. Cool, fresh air is blowing from the vents in the floor. I haven't figured out what this place is for yet, this says, touching a mushroom with his fingertip. It puffs up a cloud of glowing spores and he sneezes. You check to see if you can decipher this face, like what the heck is that glowing thing on the ground. You pick up another strangely warm glowing, whatever it is. How about writing on the wall? There's a huge faceted crystal plate embedded in the wall, engraved with deep glyphs. Converger domain writing, you guess, and some kind of map? You're aligned between the symbols. You trace your hands over it, but you can't make any sense of it. Console looking thing. It's a screen, it's all dark, like when Congruent isn't active. Unlike Congruent's colorful decorated chassis, this has a decidedly alien tag feel. You fiddle around, touching things at random. Don't do that, hisses this, but nothing happens. What if I did this? This makes a shock noise as the reality of the cave melts away, and you find yourself back in the depot. No, not back, not entirely. You can still feel the cool, moist breath of the cave on your cheeks. You can still smell the funk of the mushrooms, but everything else is exactly as you expect. As real as you could reach out and touch it. You feel embodied, like you can feel the pressure of your feet on the ground. Utopia walks through this, rematerializing on the other side to talk to one of the other surveyors. This passes his hand through her image with amazement. Are they spying on us? He breathed. The image of Utopia doesn't seem to hear him. You take your hands off the controls and the cave returns. This blinks at you in the sudden gloom. What the hell was that? He says. It was like we were really there, like we were seeing out of the eyes of some kind of animal, like we were the animal. Are the gunners spying on us? Sim says they have eyes everywhere, this says. I didn't know he meant literally. We can't let Utopia know about this, continues. We have to keep Sim's secrets. You agree to keep this monitoring station a secret? Okay. Give me a second. Did we meet Sim? Yeah, we did. Back. There's also another person here that we haven't met. I wonder who is it. I wonder why. What's the sound? Cross the bridge carefully. This is give a pretty good card. You shuffle across it slowly, examining the cracks and sticking to the solid places. You accidentally send a few more pebbles skittering over the edge and think better them than me. I can skip. I'm just gonna check. No. If it doesn't because I already have max perception and max animal, I don't want to, go through them. If it's anything regarding these two, then I'll skip. Because it's just gonna give extra, stress anyway. The flies here are awful. They come out in the heat of the day and buzz around you incessantly. They don't bite, but they seem to want something from you. I hope they are not laying eggs. This calls the most annoying species ones rod flies because they are like long flexible sticks with a bunch of wings. They swarm in clouds and around your face, no matter how hard you try to shoo them away. He says they remind him of Mars, but there are other ones too, like one that are just a big eyeball with a couple of pairs of wings. They make a loud buzzing noise and are always just out of reach when you try to swat them away. Today your personal nemesis is one of those eye flies. There was a whole bunch of them earlier, but only one has resisted. He's been following, staring at you all morning. You and this have been batting at it for an hour, but it's a fast dodger. This has given up and just plods forward. It even lands on his head and he doesn't care. Now, this one, like I say, like, it doesn't increase much. So we're just gonna go continue. Like, load. We're gonna skip this. You come across that peaceful rock again. I don't want to do this because like this thing like reduces your stress. We'll come back here in a while. A thumper. A thumper. You find your way blocked by a massive wall. No, a hollow pillar, knocked over and lying on its side in the sand. It's absolutely massive. It stretches to your left and right, at least a kilometer in each direction. Though at some point, it's crumbled enough that you could likely scale over it. Check it out. Okay, so 9, 9, 6. Okay, I think it would be like this. Okay, good. 11. 9. 2. 5 with this. 4. Super goal. Plus 3 to engineering. You find more scraps of the conversion domain writing and its technology. You document everything and bring back to Utopia. Okay, now it's 28. We can go back there. Okay, stay for a while. We reduce stress. Well, it's a bit. Wait, let me check something. Top eye tree. You know, we can get another pet, which is the Unisaur, but we have to go through that you have to go through the swamp to get it. You haven't been down to the deepest crevices of the ridge where the crystals grow thick and the air is stagnant and dead. It's already sweltering on the ridges, but in the chasms you can see the heat warping the air almost like it's permanent fog. Utopia says the air is so thick and still you can't even use your glider down there. At least one thing survives in the haze, though. While you take a break for lunch one day, you can see flickers of silver dart in and out of the fog, like ripples of light on the lake. See, perception challenge. We're only gonna increase perception, so we're gonna skip. Like, we need to have low stress. Sim. For once you see Sim before he sees you. He crouched just off the path, staring at a flower. His face blank. He doesn't react as you approach, so you watch him for a while. He's so perfectly motionless, you think he was a plant too. His eyes are unfocused. Is he accesses some kind of mental interface? Eventually, you clear your throat. Sim carefully stands up and turns to face you. For a moment, you're not sure if he recognizes you. Then, he tosses his head and a grin leaps to his face. Scumble, you caught me checking in with the boss. Your boss is that flower? Sim smiles. Ha, no, of course not. That flower is my great aunt. You look at the flower, it's part of Dan's vine that fills much of this end of the valley. You're not sure whether he's joking this time. My boss, as I told you, they aren't fond of changes, he replies. They're also much like your boss. What's his name? Utopia? He tilts his head to the side. Her name is fitting, isn't it? He lays one finger against his chin. I appreciate that she always reminds you to not get yourself killed. I wish you'd listen to her. She gave me a job to do, and I have my job, Tim replies, which is to protect this place. He laughs. Protecting you seems to be my hobby. If the boss finds out I'm talking to you, I'll be in trouble. So shh, he murmurs and puts his fingers to his lips. Then why keep talking to me? Tim smiles warmly. Because you're the boy of my dreams. Literally, he replies. I can't seem to stay away from you. And because You humans are different, he continued. I'm so bored of everyone else on this planet. The other gardeners, my boss, they hate everything on Vertumna just the way they have everything on Vertumna just the way they like it, and don't want the tiniest thing to change. Besides, it's boring. See that tree? Tim points to a large tree with many logs, long limbs dripping from it and embedded in the ground. That tree was a small creature for part of its life cycle. You call it the Vriki. Once it plants its roots, that's where it stays for the rest of its life. The gardeners spend time as trees too, sometimes hundreds of years. If you do that enough, you start to think like a tree, set in your ways. He spreads his hands, an earnest expression on his face. When I watch you, when I talk to you and learn about your species, I feel inspired. I feel young again. Oh Lord, you can shapeshift? Don't you think my looking human is a bit of a coincidence? He replies, and motions his body with a central flick of his wrist. It is rather handsome body though, don't you think? I happen to think I did quite well, I'll say. You have so many more questions for this man or gardener or whatever he is, but as soon as you open your mouth to ask another, Tim cocks his head and as if listening and holds up a hand. I'm sorry, he says, looking for all the world like he's listening to the dang flower, but I must away. And with that he's gone, out to protect the wild or rescue damsels or whatever. Or maybe he's just avoiding your questions. Okay. Every so often you absolutely... this one I remember. This one basically, you know, it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of stress, easy. Did you bring what I asked? Tim is standing in the shadows, wrapped in his clothes like he's trying to blend into the jungle. He looks like a bit actor pretending to be shifty. You guess he's asking about he's asking about the data he asked you to smuggle out of engineering. I got the data you asked for. I knew it, James exclaimed. I dreamt about it last night in my bed. Yes, but answer the question first. Okay, I'll answer exactly one question he allowed. What is it? What's with those thumping ruins? As a survey suspect, they were made by those you call convergent domain, he tells you. They built cities and created the gardeners, then ruined everything and left. About 20,000 years ago, give or take. But what do the thumpers do? They help us serve us our purpose, Tim answers shortly. And that's already one question too many. He makes reaching motions toward the data drive. Can he actually access it? You hand over the data drive and Sim takes reverently, staring as if he could see what's inside. Marvelous, he says. Like a genetic payload except with digital data instead of organic. What will I learn from this trove, I wonder? They're still puzzling over the implication of the phrase genetic payload as he continues. The other gardeners are so tedious and obsessed with their work, he complains. They are more concerned with maintaining equilibrium than experiencing new things. They don't understand what that novelty is what makes life interesting. He slipped the drive into his sleeve. Thank you, Skamo. I will treasure this. Okay, let's continue. Let's get the stuff. Collecting stuff is like one of the main purposes you come here. Utopia has sent you and this to study one of the large crystal outcroppings. Up close you can't help but get the sense that they are alive somehow. They are angular and hard to touch, but they have some sort of sponginess and warmth to them that's a little disconcerting. They emit a humming noise. This pokes one of the fingers. Weird. It's almost looks like they're breathing. Study them. Well, since this is here, I think you'll be fine. Okay. Next. 1, 2. Sponge cake. Next. Okay, we gotta use this. Huh. 6. 6. Dang it. Wait. Take it out. Put this in. 35 stress. I'll take it. You notice that they hum to the loudest at midday, under full sun. The crystals that have grown under shaded outcroppings are less vibrant than the others. They kind of look like convergent domain tech, don't they? This says, like the organic obsidian or the crystal embedded in the ruins. Try blocking out the sun. On a hunch you cover up one of the ferns. After an hour, it stops vibrating. Something deep inside has gone dormant. The crystal turns clear, like the ones that were shadowed naturally. When you remove the frond, its color returns. Oh, so it's like photosynthesis, this explained. But it's not a plant, right? Try uprooting one. They do indeed have roots, and they are really tough. You dig around the base of one and expose them so you can see them. They are made of stained glass but rough and frosted, and warm, much warmer to the surrounding soil. The roots go down deeper than you can dig. You won't be able to remove one without breaking it. You wriggle one of the crystals like a loose tube. Wriggle, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Boom. You're thrown by the explosion, then the dust settles, and you brush off the shards of the warm crystal. You realize some of the nearby crystals have also exploded. Are they connected underground? Yes, I know. My coaxial network when I see one. This exclaimed. They're alive, like fungus, but also kind of artificial, like the convergent domain building. I bet they were used to harvest energy from sunlight, like living solar panels. I wonder if they've been growing wild this whole time, or if they still power something. He stops. Wait, are you okay? He dust himself off and scribbles excitedly in your survey note. This is an important scientific discovery. Done. Oh. I'm pretty bummed out. Okay, let's see. No. Move on. No. If we move on like this, we're just gonna like, you waste out, like, stress ourselves out. Wait. I think I heard something. Wait. Is this the correct path? Yep, it seemed like it. Go to the left. If I'm not wrong, here is where there's another place where you can relax. No. It's not this. I'm pretty stressed out. Look at that. 91. I can do one more and basically bam, I'm stressed out. Radiation warning. Okay, this one can skip. Like, that's a combo that will make you basically go on forever. Like, but you need the hop eye to get maxed out, and bravery like also maxed out. You and this are poking at one of the ruined buildings here. A jet black stone cube now reduced to rubble and overgrown with large snaking roots and clusters of bright crystals. Hello, curious little humans, Sim says cheerfully, popping from behind it. How's the archaeology going? Are you having fun digging up the secrets of the planet? You and this exchange cautious look at Sim's tone, but Sim just laughed. I convinced the other to allow me to nudge you towards the truth, he says, sitting primly on an outcropping of the obsidian that matches his long, oil-slicked hair. It's not a trick. This fidgets beside you, his face unreadable. Well, Sim says, do you have any questions for me? Why aren't there more ruins? It's been a while, Sim says. 20,000 years is a long time to clean up a mess. We've worked quite hard. He looks around at the dust and the ruins. There are only few places on the surface of the planet where you can still see convergent domains network, but used to cover almost everything. Much of their technology was organic, fungal specifically, so you won't be unearthing any bed frames or dinnerware. It's all long since been rotting away, or gone wild and grown into something new. He smiles. On Earth, he repeats. Look, I'm beginning to speak like you. He stroked the glossy obsidian ruin. Even this was a live one. It grows like a coral, a silicon-based fungal life form, genetically engineered to take whatever form was needed. It's extinct now, only the bones are left. Are you the convergent domain? Sim laughed. Oh no, he said. The convergent domain is extinct. As you can see, I'm still quite here. The gardeners are the only part of the convergent domain that exists today. But we are not them, he continued. We were their tools, charged with protecting the planet's ecosystem. And now, we are something more. Did they make the crystals? Yes, Sim says. He looks pleased. They're a self-replicating silicon-based species that behaves much like a fungus. They are connected below the ground in a massive network. They were the convergent domain solar collectors, and for some time, they were the only living thing on much of the surface of the planet. It's hard to imagine, right? No marsh trees, no proof rooms, not even these mountains. Just endless field of sharp crystals and smooth obsidian ground. Drawing in all that energy and storing under the surface. Sim tilts his head, coyly. Whatever could they have used it all for? Then there were the earthquakes, Sim adds. It certainly shook things up. Did they live underground? Yes, largely, Sim said. Though, as you can see, there were some facilities above ground, such as this one. Nearly all of them were what you consider agoraphobic, he adds, and very little sight to speak of in their physical form. But they love looking at the planet through the eyes of its creatures. Sometimes they visit the surface by taking forms better suited to it, though the process was often painful. This shoots you a meaningful look you can't interpret. What do they look like? Like worms? Sim answers simply. What do humans look like? Did you kill the convergent domain? Well, Sim smiles at his knowing smile, his eyes alight with a secret. I think that's enough question for today. He stands and dusts himself off. Who can say what happened to them exactly? The earthquakes that formed these ridges shook the planet around that time, but perhaps it was their own greed and hubris that turned on them. Sim makes the leap, but this jumps in his way. Wait, he cries, I have a question. Sim tilts his head in waiting. What if somebody wanted to become a gardener? This stammers. Is that possible? Sim stares at this for a while. I have to think about that one, Sim answers slowly. Then he leaves, soundless against the sand. You're far too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home now. You're back. The reason why I go, like, during this time, is because Batumlalia. Okay, so this is basically, you know, Lum being a jerk. I want to announce that this will be the last year the festival contest will be held. What? A sound of protest rises from the crowd, and near the front, Lum just shrugged theatrically and mouths, "Not my fault." Zeke looked down at him pointedly, then continued. This war will use our colony resources at tremendous rate, including the most valuable time. Hey, I've got some good news, Lum adds, jumping back on stage. Okay, this one's really gonna knock your socks off. The colony has its first pregnancy. The crowd murmurs in excitement. Lum beckons Tammy to join him. Everyone give a round of applause to Aspartame here, Vertumna's first mother. Tammy's all beat red. So basically she is pregnant. Tammy is pregnant? OMG. Is it true? Must asked immediately, taking Tammy by the hand. Yes, Tammy exclaimed. Like the secret is bursting out of her. I'm finally going to become a mommy, just like Auntie Anne. You take a good look at Tammy. You haven't seen a pregnant person in years. Not since you landed at least. Aren't they supposed to glow? Tammy looks radiant with pride and excitement. Looking more closely, you realize that her dress is starting to curve around the belly. Every baby born to the colony, even you and your friends, is a complex arrangement of inherited, donated, and altered genes, and sometimes not even related to their parents. Did the council let Tammy have a baby? Does that mean there'll be more soon? Kel runs over where he was standing with his family and sweeps Tammy up with a big hug, twirling her around. I'm so proud of you, he exclaimed, then rests his hand gently on her belly. Sorry, too much pain? You okay, little Hopeye? They lick each other adoringly. As they stand around and marvel at Tammy's news, the adults all start putting their chairs away and setting up the games and contests. Mars puts her hand on her hip. So, he starts. What does everyone think about this war on nature? I think it's stupid, Carl says immediately. I know survival is important, but we don't have to kill things to survive here. Mars rolls her eye. Duh, of course you think that, she mutters. Personally, I think Lump is a total nullhead. He's not much older than me. Wait, is he like 20? 24? And everybody listens to him? She flips her hair over her shoulder. They should listen to me instead. Funny, you are all called to participate in the games. The last one, maybe forever. If this war on nature ever ends, you'll probably be an adult. As your friends all separate into their usual game, you realize that this may be the last time you get to be kid. Oh well, I can only go for trivia. Finji is out for blood this year. She snaps at anyone who tries to talk to her before the trivia begins and complains that she's been cramming so hard on pop culture that she feels like her brain is about to explode. Meanwhile, Nomi just bobs along with the music with their heel speak as they win. Totally unbothered. Trivia time. Okay. 5. What's this? Okay, next round. How about this? 5, 3, and then get another 5. Like this. Ooh, 60. This is gonna be hard. 60, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay. Give me a second. Wait. What about this? 110. Wait. How about this? I think I have to use this. Push through 15 stress. This one. 10 stress. One more. Win. Okay. That's one reasoning. Tan's cramming clearly paid off for her. Her strong competition until the category about Old Earth sang where you clearly pulled ahead. You snatch a victory from her clutches. She grudgingly accepts your superiority in all things trivia. After the festivities, everyone is supposed to take a few days vacation. You and your friends relax, but the adults move around the colony like ants in a hive, fortifying the walls and preparing for the human offensive against the planet. Next month. Okay, since we are popular this time around, okay, and like I said, we're gonna go for Nomi as well, and we need to free Rex with, this is the troublesome part. I don't have any more marsh logs, marshwood. The best place for you to get marshwood is explore around the base, like not not here, but what I meant was, you know, go on expedition. Okay, she's going to become a mom. You look beautiful. Maybe one or two. Bye-bye. Okay, Nomi's birthday is on Batumnalia, so I'll give her a present. And she likes strange device and crystal cluster. Done. Ooh, event. You're about to challenge Nomi to a game of laser favor, but you notice that they seem kind of down today. When you ask up, they just sigh and scuff their feet in the dirt. Scamu, what do you want to be when you grow up? Looking at here. Maybe a hero or explorer? Wow, so cool you know what you want to do, Nomi says in awe. What's that like? I've been thinking about what I want to do in my life, but I just don't know, Nomi says, pouting a little. I thought that being here would mean I could find something I'm good at, but everything I tried just sucked. It's boring and I'm not good at anything, except drawing and writing. Before we landed on Matumna, I thought I'd end up doing whatever was assigned to me, Nomi continues. I had this studio roster, right? And I figured I would keep working in the canteen, and then I could spend the rest of the time playing holo games and making up stories. They frowned. I peel a lot of potatoes. But since we landed here and I've been talking to Mars and she's real serious about the idea that any colony worth living in needs to have artists and writers like me. They touched their fingertips together, so I was thinking, what if I really did follow my dreams? Nomi perks up a little, just thinking about it. I could be a comic artist, a hologame designer, or a writer. Oh, I could be anything. As long as I get to make stuff that people like. What do you think, Scamo? Of course, the colony needs people like that. Do you really think so? Nomi exclaims, holding their hands to their cheek and popping one foot off the ground. Oh, I'm so happy. Did you know that in ancient times there used to be people called bards whose only job was to tell stories? They continue. That sounds like the best thing ever. And I'm pretty bummed out. Well, I can go around, but I think I'd rather go for, since we're popular, we should work a little bit. But let's see, what do I want to do? Something that give up kudos. Okay, let's check. Tutor? Maybe tutor. Tutor children. Plus 3 reasoning plus 1 empathy. You're gonna get 24 kudos for this. Okay. Nomi needs help studying for their physics class. They have this idea that they want to be an engineer, but when they grow up, because they like robots and holograms, but they are having trouble actually learning any engineering. Nomi pulls up a practice test on their holopalm. The Earth textbooks are full of this kind of dull rote learning, useful only for finding gaps in your knowledge. For Nomi though, that gap seems to be everything. Oh, I'm hopeless at this, they exclaim, tugging at the ends of the asymmetrical haircut. There are just so many numbers and formulas. I didn't know that there was going to be so much math in engineering, and I had to figure out what I'm gonna do for my project, they continue. I want to code a chatbot scammer next week. How do I get here from there? Let's take a look at this test. Only 20% correct. Oh no. Some of the answers are embarrassing super wrong too. Nomi's final project is due next week, and you have to crunch a whole horseload of info into their head and leave them enough time to write their bot. Can you do it? No problem. Nomi doesn't have a head for numbers, but they can take anything and turn it into a story. So you just have to apply that to the study of engineering. You encourage them to think in a different way. Yes, there's a lot of rote memorization at first, but once you understand the basics, engineering is all about creative thinking. You teach Nomi how these practice tests are built like a story. There are clues in the questions that can help you solve them. Reading ahead can give you the hints to the answers of earlier questions. With that and a few mnemonics, Nomi starts getting better results on their practice tests. Thanks for helping, Scamo, they say. Let's be honest though, I'm doing okay on this practice test, but being able to pass one standardized test doesn't mean I'll be a good engineer. You protest that these toolbox of skill will help them with any engineering problem, but they just shrug and smile. I'm going to try some other things, they say. Maybe there is something I'm naturally good at. Get to work. Okay, we're gonna put this at the end. Okay, but then they say it's equal, okay? I think I'll do this. 47. Let's try this. Let's see if we can make it equal. 43. It's also 43. Oh well. Put it here. Just win. Next one. Okay. End of Dusk. If I'm not wrong, it's Hal's birthday. Yeah, it's Hal's birthday. I'm just checking if there's anything on the ground. I found something you might like. There. This. Okay. Who else do I give? Oh, never mind. We're gonna tutor some children. Like get our empathy to 66. Bravery also not bad. But what improves bravery? Huh. Oh well, just tutor. You're reading some of Earth now. Ah, okay. So if it's like this when there's no like event, it's not a good idea to go for it. Besides, I got a lot of things to improve, you know. Let's just check out. I can also increase toughness. Let's go and check. Spots wall, lookout DD, perception, animal. Nope, that's the only thing I don't need. Combat and animals. I don't need animals. Spots wall, bravery and toughness. But I'm not gonna get any kudos for that. Wait, I just remembered something. Apply to be a hunter. You take your size when you tell her you're looking for Red. Well, I can't stop you, sweets. Red's over in the garrison. I don't like him coming around here trying to push my people. Ah, you again. Are you going to grab a hunting party, are you? Base looks up from where he's cleaning his flash rifle and scowls at you. Sure, I love to hunt. Good, I'm glad to hear that, he says, then turns to Base. But first, I need to make sure you know the basics. Base, bring out the Ricky. Base goes over to a tent and brings back the Ricky on a long chain. It's slightly bright-eyed, some might even say cute, and comes up nearly to your waist. Base looks proud of his duty as monster bearer. I caught this one myself, Red tells you, adding it to the training zoo. So don't kill it, but feel free to give it a few pokes. Then tell me, what are its weakness, its strengths, and how will you defeat it in a fight? Okay, this is pretty hard actually. Okay, never mind. Analyze the beast. 5, 5, 8. Okay, next round. And 3, 2, 2. Put it here, here. Okay, just nice, 39. 2 animal. You study the creature for a long time. It looks nervous, skittering from side to side and making a clicking noise. You throw a stick at it, and leaps up and grabs it in its mandibles. It angrily tears it in half, then glares at you. You think about your own pet Ricky. This one is larger and fungus-like, maybe even close to the end of the mobile part of their life cycle. You know that one day all Rickies must take root and become nurse trees for the next generation? You rattle some other facts with them from playing Rikki Tikki Red nods. Good, Red says. Let's see if you are good at hunting as you are at identifying them. Come join the hunting squad next month and we'll see how you do in the swamps. Okay. Let's see. Anything I want to work at? Animals, I don't want to go with animals. Biology and toughness. Oh, I could. Maybe not. Check out. Ooh, Mars. You know, Tsukamu, you're alright, Mars says as you approach. You blink at her, trying to figure out what she means. You're an alright what? As you're stunned silent, Mars laughs and tosses her hair over her shoulder. You're alright, she repeats. You actually have good taste, unlike all these other nullheads. Ever since we landed, it's been helping with this, Mars, and don't waste resources on that, Mars. It's boring. At least you understand the importance of sophistication. You shoot the breeze with Mars a bit longer. At some point, this scouts out of the living quarters and has to pass you both, clearly trying not to draw any attention. Ugh, where is he going now? Mars mutters to you, then raises her voice so this can hear. Try not to get eaten by aliens, she calls out to this. If you die out there, they can't use your body as fertilizer. Don't be a waste. Shut up, Mars, this is cool. You say it out loud for this to hear. He looks at you with wide eyes before staring to the walls. Huh, Mars says with a little smile. No accounting for taste. She seems to respect that you challenge her. Seriously? She watches this disappear from sights, then shrugs. Maybe you can get through to him. I've tried, but he doesn't care about contributing to the colony or being popular or earning kudos or anything important. What do you contribute, Mars? Mars laughs and puts his hand on her hips. I contribute plenty and you know it. Come, people need someone to tell them what to do. Don't they? So, Lum? Work in the depot. Yeah, organization and persuasion. Seek rolls their eyes when they see you report to the depot for the first day as clerk. Oh, it's you, they deadpan. Well, at least you might learn something useful while you're here. The depot is where precious nanoprinter lives. Seek lords over it like a tyrant and they don't like children. They load the depot module on your holopalm and walk you through the process. People submit requisitions for the nanoprinter through this portal. They explain. It's your job to program the correct routine into the nanoprinter to fulfill their order. Then, you mark it as available for delivery or pickup, depending on if we have a delivery person available. Zeke grumbles, and we almost never do. With that perfunctory explanation, Zeke leaves you to figure out what to do on your own. It's okay for the first hour or so, but no one puts in a requisition at all. It is pretty early, maybe everyone is still asleep. If I'm not wrong, this one is without the organized. This one is probably reasoning. This one is like empathy, if I'm not wrong. I think I'll prefer to have empathy. Oh, rebellion. Then like that, give me a second. I'm not interested in rebellion for this run. But you need, if you want to become governor, you have to have a quite high rebellion. Okay, we're gonna do it again. I think organized. We are quite low on organized. And the first perk is to increase the number of things you can equip. There isn't a lot to organize, as you don't store a lot of stuff here except for the things that people need all the time, like toothpaste. But you find a bucket and start to mop the floor the old-fashioned way, because there's nothing wrong with taking pride in your work. You jerk back to reality by a haptic pulse through your holopalm. Your first order. You excitedly open your holopalm and read it. Elbow grease, 1 gallon. It reads, from Cal, Geoponic, Delivery Excel. Very funny, Cal. You dismiss the phony requisition. Haha, Cal's got jokes. Another one pops up on your total screen. Flashlight fluid, 2 gallons. And anemone, quartz ball, delivery. As soon as possible. Really, anemone? Another bogus requisition? Are your friends trying to prank you? You barely dismiss the second one before a third one comes in. ID 10T gas, flammable. 2 cubic meters, pressurized, tangent, engineering delivery, hot, ASAP, caution. You almost got me, Tang. Tang's not really the pranking type, but you stop yourself from looking up ID 10T gas. I tend to guess. You dismiss the requisition and message your friends to knock it off. Finally, you got a real question and get requisition and get down to work. It's easier than you thought. You're finishing up when Mars rolls in. She hops up onto the depot counter and primly crosses her legs. I'm totally relieved to have you as my assistant here, Scamo. Finally, someone to hold boxes and fetch things so I can focus on important work. Your assistant? I should be in charge. I don't care which one of you is in charge, she interrupts, so long as you get the work done. Seek pauses. Wait, did you wash the floor? They say, looking impressed. Well, that deserves a reward. Here you go. They swipe their hollow palm, and you feel yours pulse as a few kudos are deposited into your account. Moss can hardly wait until Seek is gone to giggle. Either way, I'm glad you're here. This job is usually so boring. Okay. Just want the natural card. 5, 8. Yeah, I think I have to push through. Okay. Like my other run, like the governor run, it's very well balanced. The stats. Okay, I'm still popular. What should I do? Let's look up for stuff. Mushroot log. Yep, nothing. Oh well. I think maybe I'll work again. Work in the depot. You pass the construction site on your way to work at the depot. Rag waves over at you. Hey, come look at this, he says, leading you over to the portion of the heliosphere being married to the old living quarters with a scaffolding of mushroot. Isn't this wild? It's like our two ships have actually become one. He throws his arm around your shoulder. It's like metaphor, get it? The colony and us from Helio, learning how to work together. How we build our environment affects how we live, you know? You should come by and help me. It's really fun. You get to build things, and the construction crew is really nice. And you get to hang out with me. Wait, why not start now? He hands you a plastic cutter, a gun-shaped tool that emits a thin beam of superheated plasma. No time like the present, right? Zeke says we always needed workers here. But you do have another job that you promised to do. Sorry, I got a job to do. Rex slaps himself on the forehead. Oh, yeah, of course. You've always got something going on. He lets you get back to work with a wave and a smile. Oh, look again. I think this is better. Ooh, like this. Push through 5 press. Okay, we're pretty much stressed, right? Mid-wet. Seriously this. Okay, find something. There's no mushroot. Nothing. Okay. We're gonna go and rest because I want to go out and I want to go out on an expedition. Okay, relax in the park. You and Cal go for a walk with your Hawkeye, Optimus Prime. Cal loves the little creature, and they love him right back. They must have instinctively know that Cal is a safe person. Cal scratches Optimus Prime's chin. You're so lucky to have a little friend. Take the man off. Take this off. Forget. Next month. Okay. Oh, I need to give a present to Nomi. Either one works. See Nomi. Nomi is at 65. Well, we can focus on that later. I want to forage in the valley because like there's something that we need to do there. The boss event. Ooh, Xeno egg. Flower. Ricky. This one. Okay, let's fight them. First collectible is free. I'm not gonna use it now. Okay. 5. Okay. Done. +1 combat. Well, that wasn't so hard. You smack a couple of them to the ground, and the rest scuttle up to the boughs and hide there. You pop your chest and bravely walk on. Another Vicky. Okay. Combat challenge. I think better combat challenge. Okay. 5. Next. 3. Ooh, this way. Next round. 39. +2 if stress over 50. Yeah, 10 stress. I'll take it. Utopia has told you over and over to avoid dangerous xenofauna, but if you don't stop it, maybe you'll hurt somebody. And it could be edible maybe. You pull out a blast cutter and charge at the beast. The blast cutter slices through the creature's soft skin and more easily than you expected, completely removing a tentacle. It yelps in pain and collapses, whining and licking its wound. You look into a dozen multifaceted eyes and see innocence and confusion. A toddler who skipped their nap. The beast falls asleep. Rikki Tikki sadly chitters sadly and slinks away into the underbrush. Leave it. Empathy. You leave the creature and move on. Oh, Sim. The curious Rikki blocks your path. It's acting strange. It keeps scurrying up the trees and hanging upside down to get a different angle to look at you, then dropping down when you try to pass underneath. It may be small, but it's at least attempting to be intimidating. It must mean something. It's not even interested in your pet Rikki. It's interested in you. Even Rikki Tikki looks unsure. And hides between your legs. Approach it. 5, 6, 8. And okay, we got a lot of reds. Okay. Okay, 33. 8, 3, 3, 3. Okay, if that's the case, value is wild. This value is wild card is really useful if you ask me. Like, if you're gonna go for flush, okay, like it's gonna help you, you know, so that here you can see if we take it out, this is only going to be 6. if you put it, it's gonna be 9. And this one here, like make it same, like 8. And if it's like 5, 6, 7, not something like that, and then like if you put this in, it's gonna be really great. And especially if you got 2, you can really do a lot of combos with it. The Ricky runs up your leg, it bite the thing, and it got weird tentacles. Ah! Get it off. The urge to dance around and shake it off almost uncontrollable, but you meant to keep your cool. The Ricky takes you with its tentacle feeler legs, but doesn't look interested in causing you harm. It pokes at your backpack trying to get in, then gives up and scurries off. Okay, there's another event here. Identify the mushrooms. I'll just go around it. We don't need biology much because we're already at 95. Sooner or later we're gonna get it. You're enjoying a relatively uneventful second sun of taking readings for one of Utopia's geological surveys when you get a sudden premonition. This situation feels strangely familiar. Oh, you need to move now. You jump out of the way just in time when you see Sim come crashing through the air where you would have been, grappling with a skyfish almost as big as he is. In the ensuing tussle, they completely crush the delicate scanning equipment you just finished setting up. Utopia is going to be sorted. Oh no. You survey the wreckage helplessly while Sim pulls the skyfish at bay. The skyfish flops around pitifully, then springs back into the sky and flies away. Trilling in distress, it didn't even look dangerous really. Kamu, Sim cooks. And you turn your attention to him. Blood is pouring from a wound on his chest where one of the skyfish's spines must have pierced his otherwise perfect skin. It's the kind of thing that will definitely leave a scar, or worse. Holding the wound closed, Sim smiles sheepishly. I guess my future sight isn't always 2020. Are you going to be okay? He waves dismissively with the hand that's not holding his ding-dang chest together. This is but a flesh wound, he says. Then smiles. Did I say it right? It's from one of your Earth movies. I quite liked it. He coughs. He and I are similarly difficult to kill completely. He grins. You think it's just a coincidence that I'm always there exactly at the right time to save you? At night, when I'm asleep, he corrects himself. I sometimes see visions of things that are going to happen, or at least that could happen. My dreams aren't always true, Sim says, wincing as he applies pressure to the wound. The paths branch and converge. Time is more like a web than a line, I think. He smiles weakly, but always in the center. There's always you. You're the center of my web too. Sim coughs. I'm flattered, Sugarbug. I don't know you thought of me that way. I can't tell you how this future sight works, Sim continues. To be honest, I don't even know. But if you're curious, you're clearly grappling with something, and not just a sluggishly bleeding wound in his chest. His voice drops. You might look for the answers under the light of the wormhole in the glow, he confesses. You press him for more, but he begs you to simply leave him to handle his injury in peace. So this is where we're gonna be able to go on an expedition during glow, hopefully. You're walking through the wilderness when Sim steps out directly in front of you. Don't go this way, he advises you. Just trust me, You notice the puncture wound in his chest from the other day. The other day is gone. Wow, fast healer. Yeah, I brought you something. Okay. Sim examines your gift in great detail and asks various questions about where and when you found it. He comes to himself as he turns it over to his hand. A broad smile on his face. Remarkable, Skamu. Just remarkable. He says as he hands it back to you. You are truly the most thoughtful of gift givers. I've enjoyed your present to the fullest. You explain that he can keep it, but he just smiles again and shakes his head. Okay then. A float of herd cows are grazing. This one here... Try to milk one. Okay, this one we don't need to go, we checked it out just now. This one here is perception. Remember, our perception is already maxed out. Find another way around. Or we can skip it, actually. You find a healthy blab bush and harvest some of the leaves to bring back to the colony. Utopia's beyond excited when she sees your haul. "Oh, blab!" she cried, shoving her hand right into the basket of rustling leaves. "Skamu, you're a boy after my own heart." She pops a leaf in her mouth and chews on it, then shudders happily. "Whew!" she cries. "They'll perk you up, but good. Aunt Anne brews a heck of a cup of stuff, but me, I prefer it raw." She points at you. "Don't you go getting any funny ideas. This will turn you green and give you spots. Cross my heart. Stay away until you're older. Don't chew them." Good boy. Utopia's probably exaggerating about the cosmetic effect, but she must have a good reason. Blab leaves will probably stunt your growth or something. Okay. This one. We're gonna be attacked by a manticore if we touch it. I remember. Oh, Utopia. The paths are narrow and are in constant need of repair. There's a team working here trying to repair where one of the jelly arches has collapsed and covered the path in 30 centimeters of sticky goop. Utopia waves you over. "Hey Skamu, can you give us a hand? We can't get a vehicle through here and this is till this is all cleared. And it's going to take all day. You might have a better plan." Biology. Six. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, this way is much better. We can keep this for later. Here. Wait. Yes, like this. Okay. That. Super goal. Oh yeah, you've seen this stuff that desiccate in low humidity like in dust. You throw a powdered desiccant over it and let physics do its work. It's easier to plow through a bunch of plumped up granules of desiccated gel than it is to shovel all these slimy muck. You save a few hours. We're just gonna go for this one. You come across a terrible scene. A manticore has cornered a little hoppie and is playing with it, batting it around and catching it over and over. The hoppie is screeching in terror. It's a horrible thing to watch break up the fight. Even though it's perception, you know, we can't just leave that little kid alone. Oh, we 2, 3, 4. Okay. 2, 3, okay. 2, 3, 5, 8. I don't want to stress ourselves out, okay? 6, 5, 2, 5 stress. Okay, I'll take it. Kudos. You quietly climb up the tree first. Manticores can't climb trees. You're pretty sure you remember hearing that. You'll try to scare the attacker away by hooting and throwing rocks. You put your scary face and try to frighten it. The manticore is so annoyed by your throwing rocks and making a ruckus that it turns its attention to you. It roars in anger. Shivers up of fear runs up your spine. That's definitely better than a scary face than yours. The hoppie, who had been playing dead, then suddenly leaps to its feet and bounces off into the jungle. The manticore is now very angry with you. It rears up and digs its claws into your tree. You hope for dear life as the tree shakes. It roars and rustles its mane at you, pacing back and forth under the tree. Then it sniffs around where the hoppie had been, grunts one last time in frustration, and wanders off in the jungle. Okay, now go home. Came back. Glow. New perk. Enhance your DNA in engineering. Okay, let's go and enhance. Tinker with your DNA. Of all the people in the colony, you understand genetics the best, besides Dr. Instant probably. She trusts you to attend you to gene tech machine. With access to the machine like this, you could probably give yourself a new genetic enhancement. Sure, you probably shouldn't mess your genome too much in vivo, but one little change wouldn't hurt. Of course I want to. You decided to install the enhancement. Extra fingers. Absorbent brain 2, super strength 2, calm temperament. I'll take this. Nothing can phase you anymore. You're rarely frustrated and don't let anxiety get the better of you. You brush insult aside, always play nice and never have to be told sharing is caring. It's a tricky process, much more complicated than modifying a malleable stem cell of an embryo. You wouldn't risk doing it again, but this time it works out. Dr. Instance knows that what you've done, but you take her silence as tacit approval of your risky experiment. Okay, enlighten. I mastered a skill. Now, if I'm wrong, we can go out, right? I can't. It looks like I need to survey the ridge or hunt the swamp. You know, one more thing is that it's best for us to rest because, like, maybe we need to do something in Glow, like the event. As you know, in Glow we're gonna be attacked by monsters. So yeah. Like, I really want to show off, you know, my other run, because this run, like, I don't have much, you know, marshmallow woods to give to wreck. The geoponic dome, a comforting beacon of light during Glow. While everything is throwing off an outstanding alien light. Then no. Like, the reason I'm gonna do resting in geoponics is that it's so that I can you know, level up Rikki Tikki and Optimus Prime. If I want to relax, then I'll go here and relax. Relax in the lounge. Tengen does not understand how you could spend a full month essentially doing nothing. You defend yourself, you're not doing nothing. Sometimes you go on long walks, entertain younger kids, and get roped into delivering a package or study. Just because you're not saving the colony or whatever she's doing doesn't mean you're being lazy. Because Tang, she have the augment that she doesn't need to rest so much. You're putting your boot to grab dinner in the lounge when you hear colony sirens begin to wail. It's the yearly attack. Ugh! Couldn't they just waited until you ate dinner? Rude. Outside your window, you watch the colony defense begin to mobilize. Your holopalm chimes with the usual reminders for all civilian colonies to stay indoors. You head to the garrison to grab a plasma rifle, then report to the front. Chief Red looks surprised to see you, but assigns you to a spot with anemone and tells you to get up on the walls and do your best. On the other side of the wall is more xenos than you've seen in one place, ever. They sieve out of the forest, large and small, herbivorous and predatory, fungal and otherwise, flying and crawling and hopping towards the colony with a single-minded determination. The air fills with the pew-pew of laser turrets and the crackle of plasma rifle. The enemy front line collapses only to be replaced with more xenos, just as many as before, if not more. There's no end to it. The firebreak turns into a graveyard of dead and dying alien bodies. Wave after wave crawling over the corpses until they roll at the base of the walls like the foam on a wave when it hits the shore. You hear the walls creaking underneath you, but they hold strong. There's no sun to set in Glow, but night falls on the battlefield without any break in the fighting. Your fingers begin to cramp from pulling the trigger of your plasma rifle. Finally, you're relieved by the second guard shift. You walk straight to the garrison and right into the dreamless sleep. You're woken 6 hours later for your next shift. The kitchens have provided the soldiers with pressed soy ration and hot slab tea, which you grab, then make your way back to the walls to survey the carnage of the night. As you arrive, your holopalm lights up with a priority message. Security personnel, we're under siege, the security chief says, getting right to the point. On Earth, sieges were used to break a city by starvation or drought. We have plenty of food and water. Gods will rotate 6 hours on, 6 off. So long as we keep the Xenos on the other side of the wall, we can hold them off for days, weeks even. Weeks? Everyone exchanges looks. He pauses and adds, "We can do this. We're stronger than them. We're not going anywhere." You and the other soldiers fall into fitful rhythm, alternating shift on the wall with brief snippets of sleep. Gunfire becomes the soundtrack of your days, which began to smear together like paste. Anemone is particularly suffering. She volunteers for a relief shift, sometimes putting double or triples on the wall. You catch her mechanically shoveling soy porridge into her mouth before seemingly to fall asleep sitting up. A minute later, she jolts awake as someone's spoon clatters against their bowl. The thing with Anemone, it's not like she's a jerk, it's that she lost her brother, and like she feel like it's her duty to protect the others. And like, as you know, Helios, they are just a bunch of jerks. But then, like, since they're basically jocks, like you think like, oh, don't worry, we'll protect you. But the thing is that they're doing this for fame rather than to protect people. So the fact that she's even though that she's a part of us, the Stratos side, but then she hangs out with the Helios kid. It's like what she wanted to do is join the garrison to protect the people, but the people in the garrison just want to like shoot stuff, and Vase is a very good example of it. Temper grows short as fatigue sinks in. 6 days pass. You're on shift, watching the Xenos batter themselves against the walls. You feel your eyes unfocused at the sheer formless horde of them. In all these days, they still haven't breached the colony. Sometimes they even seem to retreat, ebbing backwards and reforming somewhere else. It's behavior you've never seen before. A group of monsters breaks from the tree line. Nothing new, except for one of them. One of the Xenos look different from others, almost humanoid. What is that thing? The creature looks suspiciously like a person, at least from the waist up. Down below, a lumbering chimera vaguely reminiscent of a faceless, wrapped in tattered bits of flesh and body protrusion. Something like hair flutters behind it as it turns and looks right at you with an unnerving, malevolent intelligence. You rub your eyes. Yeah, it's still there. It approaches to the base of the wall, and the other monsters surge forward onto pound against the gates. This is a gardener, basically the same species as the same type as Sim, but Sim he's able. Well, they all are able to transform or like morph into something. Okay, so I'm not sure. Maybe this is their real face, or like this guy he just do it like to intimidate people. Okay, as you can see from the past life. This, if you say this, then like, oh my god, he knew me. Go to hell, Noctilucent. You remember its name, their name, a gardener, a part of an ancient alien defense system, one that does not know when to stop. They look at you in surprise, and seem as if they are going to approach the wall and say something. Then Anemone puts a bullet to their chest. Noctilucent reels and falls back to the crowd of monsters. What the hell was that? Anemone demands. Then covers her eyes with her hand. Never mind, I don't even want to know. This siege better end soon. I'm starting to see shit, Scummo. And I swear that thing had a face. See, Noctilucent disdain. Like, it's a very powerful card, but if you use something other than toughness, you're not gonna get the full power of it. Finally, after the 6th day of siege, you look down to the site of Plas Rifle and see a curious thing. The monsters are retreating. As you gather with the other soldiers in the colony square, your hollow palm lights up with a priority announcement from Governor Lum. The alien attackers have been defeated, he says. The siege has ended. Lum smiles broadly and pulls up his chest. Another year, another win. You're welcome, Bashuna. You're welcome, humanity. You're welcome, you hear. You see Chief Red nearby, looking livid. What did he do? he ran to his security officer. Raced out there like an idiot with his honor guard, defends strategically unsound position, put himself in danger so we have to save his overstuffed ass. The soldiers all shift uncomfortably, but no one disagrees. And when I actually needed him, Red continued, taking his 12-hour beauty rest while the rest of us slog through endless shifts. The soldiers are exhausted from the siege, so the crowd in the square disperses quickly. Only a few Helios remain, covertly filming Red while he continues to rail against slums. On the horizon, the first rays of quiet streak the sky with lavender. You watch Utopia reclamation crew head out through the gates to begin vaporizing xenocopters for their component molecules. That night, you have terrible dreams. You imagine that you're seeing the colony, that you're a creature crawling in the mud on your belly. The ozone crackle of flash rifle fire arcing overhead. With your talon claws, you rip into the walls like they're made of clay, stuffing and choking handfuls of it in your mouth. In a moment of lucidity, you try to pull the clay from your throat, but no matter how hard you pull it, it just never ends. You joke awake when you realize you've been pulling on your own guts out of your own throat. Just a dream. You're shaking and coated with a film of terror sweat. Your heart pounding. You don't sleep again until before dawnbreak. Early quiet. Age 18. Okay. We got a marsh logwood. Finally. Let's see if there's anything. Something. Okay. We need to give this to Rex. Hugs! Wood. Okay. You're looking Rex at the construction site, but Rex finds you first. Tackle hug! You turn to the source of the yell. Rex is barreling towards you, arms outstretched. You have about 2 seconds to decide how to react. Give him a big old friendly bear hug. You stand on your ground and throw your arms wide. Rex almost knocks you off your feet with the force of his hug, but his strong arms don't let you fall. He smells so good, like sweat and dust and sunshine. I'm always happy to see you, Scammer, Rex says, squeezing you tightly. You think you're starting to understand this strange Helios boy and his love of hugs. So, Rex asks, crossing his arms. What are you looking for? What you need? Let's do something fun. Like what? Do you want to skip work and hang out? Looks torn. Oh man, he groans. Normally yes, for sure, but I'm feeling super stoked to work on the build today. He jerks his thumb towards the construction post behind it. If you want, you can come see what we're working on. Rex takes you on a tour of the construction site. We got 20. Okay, we're gonna skip this. Because we want to go out. Like, we're already at 0 stress, well, 5 stress, basically nothing. We're gonna do this because I'm planning to go out. Nomi is typing away at their holofarm, their tongues sticking out between the teeth. Sorry, I just gotta get one more line of code down, they mutter. After a few seconds, they close their holofarm and give you a tired smile. Who knew I've learned how to code to write a holo novel, right? No matter how done I think it is, there's always something I can tweak. I have a present for you. Okay. Give her the crystal. Okay. We're gonna go and explore. Anything over there? Nope. We're gonna go to the ridge again. But hunting in the swamp is also not bad. I think I better hunt the swamp. You look down at the drone rifle in your hands. This is the big leagues. Finally, you're going to go out there and take the fight to the enemy. No messing around out there. Security Chief Red says, these animals are dangerous, they want to kill you. Probably as much as you want to kill them. Your job is to get to them first, Utopia sigh. And by no messing around, he means don't you go taking risks, he says. As head of expeditions, she's technically in charge of you in the field, though Red is the one who molded you for this. There'll always be animals out there, but you're a lot harder to replace. And if you take down anything edible, she adds, tag it for reclamation and we can bring it back to the colony. Base is practically humming with excitement beside you. Web pairs you up to head out together, and Base sighs. I don't need a buddy, he grumbles. No offense, Gamu, but you only hold me back. Red shakes his head. You two are a good match. No, we're not, he insists. I want you to watch each other's back out there. Stay within transceiver range of each other at all times. You may not always be able to reach a colony or utopia, but you have each other. Never engage the enemy alone. I won't let you down, sir. You guess if Security Chief Red says you need to have a buddy, Base isn't a bad choice. He's handy with a rifle at least. Red takes off on his glider, and Base turns to you. You better keep up with me, he sneers. We might be stuck together, but that doesn't mean I'll need your help. I'm gonna get all the kills and all the kudos, so just let me do all the work and stay out of my way. The subaqueous swamps are especially dangerous, Utopia says. Something in the air makes the beasties here all kinds of fickle. Could be the storms, but normally docile creatures are a mite more aggressive, he bites her lip. And to be perfectly straight with you, there's some darn scary things out there in the swamp. I don't much love that we are sending you kids into a literal war zone, Utopia says. I've been to the swamps before and all this war business, and it's a beautiful place even if it's real spooky. Hurts my heart to see soldiers tromping all over it. He summons a smile. But I know teenagers can be as capable as adults when it comes to surveying and hunting, he says. You got faster reflexes and stronger stamina than most of these old codgers. Just try not to take stupid risks out there, okay? Promise your honorary auntie. Base scoffs. You're not my auntie, mother, and I don't need a coward telling me what I'm capable of. Really hate Base. Let's find nothing. Okay, a manticore. You and Base hear a crashing, growling noise nearby. Two manticores are fighting. They're so invested in their battle, they don't even notice you approach. One of the manticore looks much older than the other one. It's still bent and short, and it's mainly with old faded flowers. The young one is much better condition, but significantly smaller. Root for the young one. Wait, animals? Don't need it. How about the older one? The manticores are the only monster that I don't mind shooting. Kill them both. Okay, 8. Okay, this 4. Okay, next 55. It can be hard, but it's doable. $55. Look at that. Okay, I know what to do. Beat him. Okay. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna load. We're gonna skip this and we're gonna come back for later. Maybe after 1 or 2. Like to reset our deck draws. Ooh, a Unisaur. A Unisaur has been following you and Base from a distance. You see it now and then. And out of the corner of your eye, it doesn't seem aggressive and looks recently fed, so it isn't hunting you for food. This is a pretty unusual behavior for such a normally skittish creature. Oh, befriended? It doesn't act wild at all, more like an algorithm. It's not interested in your food, your soft cooing, nothing you can offer. It's unnerving and strange. It continues to back off and keep a precise distance from you and Base. When it sees you paying attention, it backs off further, then comes back to observe you. Damn, I hate this fucking edit. Let's just watch it. I'm not taking down Unisaur. When it sees you looking, it disappears. Damn face. Like, he really want to shoot everything off. Not even attacking. Oh, we're back to where we are. Okay. Both sides. The worst thing about hunting in the bog is, well, the bog. You're up to your knees in sticky, clinging mud, sucking at your boot when you try to move. You're stuck. You poke at it with a stick, then lose the stick. How deep does this go? Build a bridge. You find some branches that seem like light enough and strap them together using tall grass, making a kind of raft. You drop onto the mug where it sits without sinking. When you make a second raft, walk to the end of the first and drop it down. When you pick up the first raft, walk to the end of the second and drop it down. Continuing this way with your two rafts, you and Vase are able to cross without even getting wet. It takes forever, but it works. There are a different variety of bush bulbs here in the swamp. Slimy, smooth-featured, and gloopy like the rest of the foliage. They seem just as slow but suspiciously intelligent as their dry biome cousins. You come across one of their little shrines and find their well-worn path in the loamy soil. While you are inspecting the shrine, you hear a burbling, groaning noise and Vase smacks you with the butt of his rifle to get your attention. Bearing down on you from different directions on the path are two group-faced bushwalk sentries calling out to each other as you've been laying wait. They attack. Okay, this one, like, we have to defend. One, this? Okay. Alternate blue. 6. 5A. Take this. Put this. Next. Okay. 8. 6. 4. Okay. Wait. Okay, that's good. Too bad we can get the super win. Right. You kill one and the other one runs off. Well, sort of. You've never seen an animal move quite like this. It's like an ambulatory sack of oatmeal. Analyze the corpse. Vase sighs as you kneel down to take a closer look at the goopy bushbub. This must be some subspecies of bushbub that doesn't appear on the holopombe theory. Its rock-like skin is much thinner and slimy, and its branches doesn't look like they've ever had leaves on them. Biology. You cut it open and organ just doesn't make sense. They are just jumbled there willy-nilly. You can't even figure out how this creature would digest food. Maybe it's a genetic abomination, but there were 2 of them. Another Unisaur. You and Vase have been tracking a Unisaur, a young one, not yet adept at hiding its track. When you corner it, it seems confused. It blinks at you curiously, but when Vase moves his hand to his gun, it opens its horrible maw and roars at you. The horrible furnace of its empty belly visible as its face peels back. Suddenly, this is there between you and the Unisaur. Not this one, he says. Get out of my way, or things are gonna get ugly. I like to see you try, you dick-brained, posable action figure. This retorts, raising his fist like he's ready to fight with fate. Drone rifle and all. Jump between this and Vase. What are you doing? Vase exclaimed. You're supposed to be my partner. Why are you protecting this stupid animal? It's not stupid, this retort. It's supposed to live here, not us. You can't just kill it for what it's supposed to do. He shoots the Unisaur back into the forest, then runs off himself in a different direction. Vase tracks this with his rifle, but you grab his arm to stop him from doing something very stupid. See? Jerk. Okay. You and Vase are walking down a path made by some creature, probably bush pups. They like to make paths. What you find isn't a bush pup, it's a snap ladder. A much more aggressive foe. You see nests of the things, squirming around and crying out, trying to lure people into their hungry mouths, but this one's on the move. It's crawling on the path. Slowly. From its round, lumpy form, you wonder if it's pregnant. These things are dangerous to surveyors and could potentially kill someone who fell into a brooding nest. They swell up so huge they can't move anymore, and instead of half burying themselves and lie in wait for prey to come to food. Ugh, you take this one. It looks like your speed. Analyze it. Tangents focus. Testing on humans. Tick. 5. Okay. See. 4, 5. Maybe put this one. Okay. Oh, 215. Okay, 43. With this. Dang it, 20. I wrote this. 15 stress. Wait. 35 stress. 40 stress. Damn it. This is 4, 5, 6. Pretty good. Let's just draw another one. Draw 5. Draw 4. Okay, I'll take it. Okay. Win. The creature seems uninterested in you, more concerned with getting where it wants to go. You are able to take a few really good readings on its biochemistry. Even snagging a sample of its clearly gooey slime. It takes so long. Base eventually just pulls up his plasma card and cuts it open. Here, he says, now you can do an autopsy. You're welcome. The cut open snap ladder carcass exhale a noxious cloud of acid mist. It stings your eyes and makes your lips tingle, but you're okay. And this gives you a chance to examine the inside too. Science. Rabbit. We're gonna get a Unisaur at the end of this. If we pass. Popeye. Utopia told you that usually docile creatures are aggressive here in the swamp, but you didn't expect to run into a pack of murderous Popeye. They're charging straight towards you down the path. Their powerful claws are drumming against the ground and making enough noise for an animal 5 times their size. Vase raises his rifle and prepares to fire. Get out of their way. You grab Vase and haul him off the path into the trees. The Popeyes run right past you. They look exhausted, practically frothing at the mouth. You notice they head in the direction of your colony and wonder if you should have stopped them. But it's a long way, and at the place they're going, they'll surely help themselves to death before they arrive. Maybe I do need to stop them. Kill them. Okay. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 8. Oh, never become wild. Okay. Wait. Like this. Yeah, I think this is better. Now, let's see. 6. Here. Having a gentle gale. I think I have to do it like this. Here. Okay. What if I do this? Need one more. 37. 39. Plus 3 combat. Oh, plus 1 falling defense. They're really quite harmless individually, and they are so exhausted from having hopped all this way that they are easy to pick off. You kill all these little hopwives, base does it with kind of frightening joy. Well, at least it plus 1 defense. The swamp has flooded here, and water has risen to almost completely cover the trees. The islands you make your way across are actually the tops of giant mushroom top trees, barely rising out of the marsh. The water is clearer than usual, so you can see down through the underwater canopy to the jungle beneath the surface. You think it's just marvelous to peer down at the underwater forest. Vase is antsy and looking for something to fight. He scouts on ahead. You're hurrying to catch up with several barkwalkers come flopping out in front of you. They're twice as long as they are tall, smacking and slithering in your direction with hundreds of little fins. The creatures are slow and clumsy out of the water, but it doesn't really matter when you're that big. Well, they are kinda like aggressive, so I think it's better for me to fight them. Okay. Let's use it. And I don't want to use this. I don't want to use this. Wait. All 6. 8, 5, 5. Next. I hate this. 10. 6. 6 like this. And maybe another 8. I think this is better. Done. In their cloudiness, the mudwalkers seem to more likely to crush or drown you than actually eat you. Assuming that's what they're trying to do. It's hard to tell. I kill one and the other slithers off. Vin shows up as you finish up. He thought, you have all the fun. You caught in the depot. Next. Electrical storms can be a real danger when you are slogging through the swamp, not just because of the obvious clumping in the frigid electricity in the air draws previously unseen creatures on the surface. Their behaviors are strange and unknown. Something like a giant electrical eel has surfaced here, and it's lifting a long antenna out of the water. It looks like it's trying to attract lightning. Maybe you should give it what it wants, V says, pulling a pair of stun gloves and grins sadistically. Should have drone rifles, but well, it doesn't like that. With a crackling hiss, it shoots lightning at you. What I thought? Oh wow. I think next turn or the last turn we're gonna use yellow. Maybe this turn? Okay. So I think this is good. 31, 48. Going with red is not bad at all. Okay, going with red. Wait. 30 stress. Wait. Okay. Just nice. You kill it, you think? It sinks into the water, so there's no trophy or even proof you did it. Vase pouts and puts off his stun gloves. You're creeping through the forest when Vase holds up his fist to signal you to stop. He points to his eyes, then through a stand of underbrush to a Benil sitting in the middle of the shallow bog. As you're watching him, the enormous semi-aquatic Xeno slowly dips its head and skims to the top of the bog, filtering the murky water through its baleen before spurting the rest out its blowhole. Vase raises his rifle. This will be a peaceful one. This will be an easy one, but they are peaceful. You point out that that Benil are docile and have never been known to attack civilians or the colony, even in the swamp. They aren't even edible either. The algae they feed on is toxic to humans. Something they stampede though, Vice points out. The fewer animals the better, refuse to hurt it. The giant dorsal animal is an important part of the local ecosystem. It maintains the algae levels in the water and cleans them up. It also feeds several species of small flying creatures which live off the tiny fish that sprays out. You tell all this to Vase, but he just rolls his eyes. Let me see. Okay, we are very, very stressed out. Ooh, I think we're gonna skip that and we're gonna go straight for the boss. We're gonna go straight for the boss, which is this. Our pet unicorn. It's getting late, you and Vase should be heading home soon. Then you spot it. Then, there on the plateau, half a click away, glittering in a beam of blue evening sunlight, a Unisaur. You pull out your holoculars. This one is particularly coloring and pale bluish white. The last rays of sunlight shimmer through its rainbow mane as it paws the ground and sniffs the air. You're drawn to its terrible beauty. The question is, when did it last eat? You look around for this. There's no sign of him this time. Try to get closer. Okay, 5, 6, 8. Next. Ten, 0, 3, 3. 8, 8, 5. 4, 4. Wait. 4, 4. 90 stress. Huh. Still have 18 left. So what about this? We're gonna put it here, and then we're gonna turn it. 25. Okay. I'm gonna take this out. We're gonna put another yellow. 30. Damn it! Push through. Yeah, I don't think we have a choice. Push through. Well, we have a choice, but Vase watches you, expecting something bad to happen. You approach very, very slowly, pausing for a few minutes at the time, trying to get used to your scent. It takes you almost an hour to work your way up to the plateau, but when you do, the universal bows seemingly to accept you. What do? Capture it! This beautiful wild beast is far from tame, and you wonder if it's the right thing to do. But you know if it was Vase's choice, you would just kill it. Surely this is more merciful. You have a moment where you look it in the eye and see intelligence. murderous intelligence. But it actually follows you down the slope without any trouble at all. You get the sense that it's chosen you, or at least it's curious enough about you that you want to learn more about you. You radio in your dad to let him know you're bringing home a new unisaur. A unisaur? He chuckles. No idea what you're gonna do with one of those, but we'll figure it out. It sure looks like it trusts you, he continues. Make sure you come by Geopolis to keep that pawn up. We could use a hand with the other animals too. Go home. You're pretty much stressed out. The back. You roll out of bed at noon because you're allowed to, because it's your birthday, but also because you're exhausted. You barely slept at all last night. You've been having these nightmares since the siege, more and more every night, like they're trying to tell you something urgent. You can't make any sense of it. All of the imagery is just jumbled up together. All these possibilities and timelines and things that might happen. Some nights you wake up in a cold sweat and scream already in your throat. You sit on the edge of your bed, run a hand through your hair, and check your hollow palm. A few people wish you happy birthday, but that's all. You're guessing you're getting older. Birthdays aren't as important as they used to be. Oh, man. Right, there's gonna be a surprise birthday party waiting for you in the lounge. It was in one of your dreams. You remember it because it was one of the few ones that didn't involve people dying or the colony being destroyed. But you're so tired. Do you have to do this? Pretend to be surprised. As you enter the lounge, surprise! You do your best to play along with and act surprised. Ooh, streamers, balloons, great. All of your friends are standing around, wearing goofy hats and clapping. Nobby is holding a bunch of balloons larger than they are, and Rex is wearing a cute little waiter's outfit with a bow tie. You accept their hugs and birthday wishes, trying to hide your exhaustion and demurring with a few pointed all this for me? You shouldn't have. No, really. Kel brings over a holoscreen with a video call from Tammy. She looks exhausted but proud, and in her arms is a tiny little wrap of bundle of baby. Look, Skull, he says, Akania just missed your birthday by a day. You coo over the baby girl and wish Tammy a speedy recovery. She looks more tired than you are, but everyone is healthy and happy. Especially Cal. He takes the holoscreen for a few minutes after you're done so he can obsess over Tammy's new baby. Even though he's probably not. Well, not supposed to be related to Akania. He's every bit as proud to be daddy. Every bit the proud daddy. When he returns to the party, he's so happy he sounds like a dork. A total dork. He tells everyone about the new baby. Beaming so proudly for Tammy, they can probably take the reading from her. Despite your exhaustion, you start to smile too. You realize your friends are so amazing, and they're all here because they care about you. Then, you get some unexpected guests. The lounge begins to fill with helio kids, mostly ones you don't know. The ones who usually keep them to themselves. Don't much like your original stratospheric kids. Base and Anemone are with them. His arm draped over her shoulders. Anemone gives you a little wave of acknowledgement for your birthday, which earns a weird look from Base. Hey, who invited you guys? Cal says, stepping forward with his hands clenched. This is a private party. It's a public lounge, Base replies. You can sit wherever we want. Cal stomps right into the midst of Helios. You guys think that you're just because you fell out of the sky, you're the wormhole's gift to Matuna, he spits out. We don't need you, we never needed you. All you do is make things worse, like this party. You rarely seen Cal so ready for a fight. He doesn't seem to care that the body language of Helio kids has changed from cocky to dangerous. You're just a bunch of fake fascists, Cal continues. You and Love. The lounge erupts, chairs screeching across the floor as the Helios jump to their feet, yelling at Cal, calling the colony illegal and Cal a fugitive. They jostle him around, but Cal plants his feet and stands his ground. You can hear a bottle breaking and see someone advancing Cal. He's not backing down. Stop it. Your voice is drowned by their argument, then someone throws a punch and it's all chaos from there. Despite Cal's bravado and brawny physique, he's no fighter. One of the Helio kids stalks him in the stomach and he goes out like a fell gnarled tree. Rex throws himself between Cal and his assailants, catching a few kicks on on Cal's behalf before the Helios get tired and leave, with a few parting shots at Cal's alleged romantic interaction with the float cows. Vase doesn't get involved, but he doesn't stop at them either. He's the last to leave the lounge, staring hard at Rex before smirking and turning away. Rex helps Cal to his feet. "First time, huh?" he says, dusting Cal's clothes. "Don't worry, you probably got it out of your system. Good on you sticking up for yourself." Anemone lingers at a distance, clearly angry at Cal, but feeling bad about the fight. "Well," Mars exclaimed, clapping her hands, "that was enough excitement, I think. Let's move on to the important part, cakes and presents." Under Mars' skillfully party hosting hand, the mood shifts back to festive. You enjoy your presents and your cake, but tensions boiling over like that is a bad omen for the rest of the year. Next month. They're bummed out, but good thing we can hang out with Rex. Tackle hug. Give him a big old friendly hug. Let's do something fun. Skip work. Okay. We can talk to Tammy. "Happy birthday, Kamu. I got you this." "Thank you." Share it with Tammy. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to the farm and bond with the Unisaur so we can get it as a pet. But I also need to increase my organizing so we can get the perk to actually equip it. Tend to the animals. You should probably do something about the Unisaur you captured. It's eating its way through everything. It doesn't actually produce any food, and the other creatures are starting to get annoyed by its attitude. Like it knows something they don't. It's creepy. You figure you may as well try to get it used to taking a rider. If people could ride Unisaurs around, that would be pretty useful, especially when the robots and vehicles start breaking down. You bring it outside, it stares at you with its eerily intelligent eyes as you approach with the saddle and only shimmies a little as you strap it to its back. You brace yourself and hop on, ride that Unisaur. The Unisaur takes off at a run, ducking and weaving as it tries to throw you off. You get down low on the saddle and wrap your arms around its neck. The Unisaur is an unusually intelligent animal. You can sense it's trying to figure out how to throw you, or just make it too uncomfortable for you to hang on. It slams its body against the wall of the pen, trying to snap your legs. When that doesn't work, it tries rearing up its hind leg, or reaching back to it to scratch you with its hand-like paws. It tosses its head, trying to gouge you with its horn. It's uncomfortable, but you're no longer stranger to discomfort. You're not going to let this Unisaur dominate you. You hang on until the Unisaur stops fighting, its great sides heaving under your legs. You pat its scaly neck and tosses its head like it's sighing. You get the sense that you haven't really broken it, more than you've convinced it that you'll be less of a hassle if it just plays along. Success, you can convince her you let you ride her now. Oh yeah, now that you can get her to stand still long enough to check, determine that this Unisaur is a female. What do you name your magnificent beast? Clever girl. Excellent, you and Clever girl should be very happy together. Card becomes physical red, eh? Okay. Card becomes physical red. Take this. Wait. Wait. Marshlock wood. 20 stress. Wait. One more. Nice. Done. There, we got Unisaur as a pet. Cal! What's going on? I'm just thinking, well, he trails off and scuffs off the foot. I guess it's not like you to get me in trouble like now, so yeah. I used to have a pet. She was like a little pink caterpillar. I call her Sock. She lived up in a trunk up in the storage barn. Nobody knew. He shrugs the back of his arm over his face, but she didn't stay little forever. Eventually she got big, like real big, and I couldn't figure out what to feed her, so she ran away. Cal sighed and wistfully up at the sky. I just hope she's doing okay, wherever she is. We need a break soon. Mars. Nothing. Okay, let's rest. Or... I think... Wait. Maybe I should go and play sports ball. Play sports ball. Security Chief interrupts your afternoon training to address the group. Anemone perks up. This seems important. Since the original colony was destroyed, Red begins, we have needed every skilled security officer we can find to defend home, and now Governor Lance blessing. Age is no longer a requirement. We are looking for young recruits to join the ranks of defense squad. This will be a serious job. He punches his hand and emphasis. You'll be soldiers, not little kids learning self-defense or peering down from the safety of the wall. You'll be in danger. You need to be brave, and you need to know your way around a weapon. Step forward if you think what it takes to defend our colony. Bravely step. Smile. It's not a happy smile, but do you have what it takes to survive? I'm ready. Not good. See you at dawn, recruit. Get to work. That's stress. 8883. Oh boy. How many Xeno eggs do we have? 10. What about... Okay, flower. Done. Be quiet. Bravery 2. Reduce exploration stress. Did I give her a gift? A present for you. I don't think I did. Oh wow. Nomi at 69. We can somehow deal with it. Don't worry. Okay, we still can go for another. Okay. How's the research coming? Okay. Done. I think it's best for us to tutor. Like, I want to get my empathy up. There's no event, so skip. Creativity also almost going up, so let's go for repair robots. No event. Okay, study humanities. Nope, no events. Visit the spa, helping the kitchen. Maybe I should get organizing. Okay, work in the depot. Find the construction. Yeah, let's work hard. Maybe I should work in construction, but it's engineering. Engineering and toughness. Then no need. Work in the depot. The scrolling through the follow novel behind the desk when Tangent comes in. This one we read many times before. Basically, she needs something. Okay, don't say a word. Get to work. Card becomes mental blue. Wait, I got an idea. Push through. 60. Value is wild. 20. Becomes blue, damn it. Yeah, you have no choice. Oh man. $15. I got a better idea. There we go, win. Done. Okay, we're totally stressed out. We need to rest. New perk. Additional gear. Gear. Where's my uniform? Okay, let's go and rest. Relax in the park. Your unicorn is getting used to accepting you as, well, not as its owner, but really maybe as something like a small, fragile, slow friend. Meat is becoming a little more common in the colony than it used to be, thanks to the hunters from the Sphere. You really like to eat meat. Luckily, that means it's easier to feed Unisaur with what she really likes. Bond with Pet Unisaur. You play with Clever Girl for a few hours, letting her run around and stretch her legs. When she gets hungry, you throw chunks of meat and let her snap out of them out in the air. People have pushed back against the idea of wasting meat on feeding an animal, but you don't know what else you can do. If you don't feed her, she'll become a real menace. Take this one out. Well, actually, this one. Next month. Okay, it's been 2 hours since we started. I think we can explore the... I think we'll end the stream here, okay? Like, we have quite a number of pets here now. Wait. I just want to take a screenshot. My pet. Haha. So, you know, I think we've got to like level them up, okay? So for now, I'll end the stream, okay? Like in the next one, probably we're gonna go and, you know, explore with our pets, okay? So with that said, I'll continue this tomorrow and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.